how on earth do you bring AI into one of the world's most strictly regulated industries? It's literally the million-dollar question right now. Look, if you're an AI or machine learning solutions manager working in pharma, you know you're up against some incredibly unique hurdles. We're not just hacking together models in a sandbox here. We're dealing with actual patient safety, insanely complex manufacturing processes, and let's face it, intense regulatory scrutiny.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a genuinely incredible blueprint that tackles this exact challenge head-on. We're looking at Dr. Jayant Joshi's comprehensive curriculum for the AI/ML Solutions Manager. Now, Dr. Joshi brings over 35 years of hardcore industry experience to the table, and he's built what I'd call the ultimate roadmap for revolutionizing pharma operations. We're going to unpack this step by step, showing you exactly how to take traditional processes and transform them into cutting-edge, data-driven powerhouses. Okay, let's dive into this. First up, identifying AI use cases. Then we'll hit data architecture and MLOps, followed by navigating GXP and governance. After that, teamwork and collaboration, and finally, delivering measurable value. We're basically tracing a complete idea-to-impact lifecycle, taking you from a light bulb moment all the way to proving undeniable real-world results. But before we get lost in the weeds, let's anchor ourselves for a second. What exactly is Pharma 4.0? At its core, it's about seamlessly integrating advanced tech, think AI, machine learning, IoT, and massive data analytics, right into the beating heart of pharma manufacturing. And hey, this isn't just about deploying tech for the sake of looking innovative. It's about taking traditional, tried-and-true methods and supercharging them with digital advancements to boost efficiency, guarantee absolute top-tier quality, and, of course, keep regulatory compliance locked down solid. So that brings us to our first major hurdle. Section 1, identifying AI use cases, from idea to strategy. This is where we take a massive, messy pharmaceutical challenge and actually figure out if and where AI fits into the puzzle. And this brilliantly illustrates the mindset shift you have to make. Let's say you've got a classic business problem, a stubbornly high rate of batch deviations and frustrating quality delays, right? That's a huge pain point. But look at the flip side. How does that translate into an AI problem? Well, it becomes a classification model designed to predict whether a specific batch will pass or fail using historical data. You literally have to translate the business headache into a targeted, data-driven, measurable statement before you write a single line of code. Now, once you've got a laundry list of potential AI problems, you can't just tackle them all at once, as much as your stakeholders might beg you to. You've got to ruthlessly filter your use case portfolio. You're weighing business value, technical feasibility, compliance risk, and data readiness. The absolute secret sauce here, prioritize your quick wins. Target those 3 to 6 month projects that offer a sweet spot of high value and totally reasonable feasibility, long before you start wrestling with massive multi-year strategic goals. All right, moving right along to Section 2, data architecture and MLOps, the engine of AI. Because let's be real, without a pristine technical foundation, even your most brilliant AI concept is going to crash and burn before it even takes off. You know the golden rule, an AI model is only as good as the data feeding it. In the pharma world, your engine runs on some incredibly specific essential sources. You've got your ERP for resource planning, your MES handling manufacturing execution, and your LIMS managing all that critical lab information. Throw in your quality management system, plus the SCADA historian systems tracking real-time operations, and wow, you can instantly see how your AI solution has to integrate flawlessly across a seriously complex web of data. But listen, just having those data systems humming in the background isn't enough. Running a thorough data readiness assessment is a completely non-negotiable prerequisite before any AI development kicks off. True readiness means the data pouring into your models is available, reliable, accessible, and actually usable in the real world. If your underlying data quality is garbage, well, your model's predictions are going to be garbage too. So once your data is polished and the model is built, welcome to the MLOps lifecycle. Spoiler alert, this is definitely not a set it and forget it situation. First, you develop the model. Then you deploy it using tightly controlled processes, and then, this is huge, you monitor it obsessively. Why? Because of a sneaky little thing called model drift. As manufacturing patterns naturally shift over time, your model's accuracy can actually degrade. When that happens, you have to jump back in and retrain it to keep its edge razor sharp. And that perfect storm of data leads us straight into Section 3, navigating GXP and governance, staying compliant.
This is arguably the most terrifying, critical hurdle in the regulated pharma landscape. So the crucial point here is implementing absolute, bulletproof data integrity controls. If your AI system even slightly impacts product quality or patient safety, congratulations, it's GXP relevant. You absolutely must lock down Alcoa Plus principles, meaning your data is attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. Combine that with rigorous audit trails showing exactly who did what and why, ironclad user access controls, valid electronic signatures, and thoroughly qualified vendors. Your system has to be 100% audit-ready 24/7, no exceptions. I really want you to absorb this specific philosophy from the curriculum. Compliance by design means compliance controls are built into the solution from the beginning. Seriously, if you try to bolt on compliance and validation as an afterthought in a GXP environment, it will absolutely destroy your entire AI initiative. It has to be baked deep into your architecture from day one. And one of the best ways to manage all that compliance risk is by implementing a human-in-the-loop design. AI is an incredibly powerful tool for decision support, right? But it is absolutely not an unsupervised replacement for qualified human experts. Humans must remain actively involved in reviewing and approving these AI-supported decisions. It's the ultimate safety net, and it's exactly how you prove to stakeholders and regulators that patient safety is never, ever compromised. Okay, let's zoom out and shift our focus from the tech to the people in Section 4, Teamwork and Collaboration, Breaking Down Silos. Because AI transformation, it requires massive cross-functional alignment. Now, what's really interesting about this approach is how it establishes a crystal-clear RACI matrix, defining exactly who is responsible, accountable, consulted, and informed. These distinct departments have to interlock perfectly to succeed. Your business process owner, they actually own the problem, validate the KPIs, and drive adoption on the floor. Meanwhile, the IT and data teams are busy handling the architecture, the pipelines, and the MLOps deployment. And checking everyone's homework, quality and validation ensures everything stays perfectly GXP compliant through audits and controlled implementation. Basically, no single department can push an AI solution over the finish line on its own. To keep all this intense collaboration from turning into total chaos, organizations really need a center of excellence, or COE. A strong COE establishes global stakeholder governance and locks in standards for reusable assets so you're not constantly reinventing the wheel. But honestly, its biggest superpower is driving change management and user adoption. By zeroing in on role-based training and building up internal capabilities, a COE essentially creates an army of super users. These folks actively fight resistance to new tech and help foster a genuinely data-driven culture across the whole company. Which brings us right to our final phase, Section 5, Delivering Measurable Value, Proving the ROI. This is the moment of truth, where you prove to the C-suite that your AI solution actually delivered real, hard financial and operational benefits. Look, to prove your ROI, you've got to map your business KPIs directly to your AI outputs, and you have to nail down a crystal-clear baseline before you ever deploy the model into production. Whether you're tracking a massive gain in productivity, a steep drop in quality deviations, or just a solid overall cost reduction, comparing that initial baseline against your new AI targets is literally the only way you can accurately measure benefits realization later on. You have to have the receipts. Let's move to the timeline and see how all of this builds into a strategic, continuous improvement roadmap. At the 3-month mark, you're laser-focused on deploying that quick win. By 6 months, you're out there actively monitoring and retraining those models in the wild. Hit 9 months, and you're setting up robust multi-site governance. And finally, by month 12, you're looking at true global scale-up and sustainability. You're taking that single successful pilot and evolving it into a full-blown, enterprise-wide digital transformation. So, we're going to wrap up this explainer with one final, pretty provocative capstone question. Is your organization truly ready to design and govern an AI/ML solution portfolio for Pharma 4.0? We've walked through the entire framework together, from pinning down the exact right business problem and obsessing over data integrity, all the way to breaking down silos and scaling up for measurable value. Now it's totally up to you to take these blueprints and lead the next wave of innovation right in your own facilities. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today.